que necesitamos. Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
Good morning to everybody. How's everybody doing? Good morning to everybody. God bless everybody that is watching. April 22nd. The time is 9:39. We are live from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. God bless everybody that is watching. God bless my country of Mexico, my city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. If you guys like to support my work, there's a new app right there that is much easier for you guys. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. So if you guys want to buy me a liberal coffee, like I say all the time, there's the app right there. You can go in there and subscribe to Buy Me a Coffee. And also you can follow me right there if you like to contribute to my work. Thank you so much. Buy Me a Coffee. It's pinned right there in the top. So God bless every single one of you. It's another app other than PayPal. For a lot of people that they don't like PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee. It's much easier. How's everybody doing? Wow, man. We have a lot of things to talk about. It is kind of like world news, and it is really my God, man. I will just move a little bit forward. These public figures, my God, I don't have no words. When I saw that tweet of LeBron James, I was like, wow, man, your psychological damage from where you were young and everything that you have suffered, you don't have to plaster it all over the place for young people to go and do something horrible or to act a police officer. That's what you're basically instigating to happen. I will get right into that. But my God, that is an embarrassment to the Laker. I'm a Laker fan, man. I'm always been a Laker fan. For me, the greatest player that ever existed is Magic Johnson. And also, Kobe Bryant. A lot of people talk about Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time. Yes, for a lot of people. For me, it was Magic Johnson, and for me, it was Kobe Bryant. As growing up, Magic Johnson, I saw him play. But LeBron James, you are an embarrassment to the Laker, to the Laker organization. I'm not going to say, I'm going to jump into that topic. For God's sake, LeBron James, you're an embarrassment to the Laker organization Really. My God, horrible, horrible. Buy me a coffee on top. You can go to that app and support my work. It's real easy. It's real easy. Thank you so much. Let's get right into it. And as you know, Tijuana has been categorized the most violent city for the third year in a row. And this cartel activity that is continuing to happen in our city and in our state of Baja California. Again, last night, 2 ministerial police officers got shot. And these are the things that the leftist media in San Diego, California, and also the leftist media, around the borders, they say that there's nothing going on and that is nothing going on the other side of the border. It's just unbelievable that a lot of people are saying, oh, you know what? Yeah, we have a crisis at the border. Now, Joe Biden has said the word crisis, but they're trying to decrease the word of not to aggravate it that much. But for people that live over here and for all these liberals that they don't live over here, and that we have been living to this experience, growing up and seeing and watching ourselves in these kind of atmosphere, we know that it has always been a crisis for security crisis. It's always been like this. Sometimes it is more aggravated than is usual. As you can see, this cartel activity has been continuing since the past 3 weeks, since they bombed 2 ministerial police cars because, the government confiscated a huge shipment of cocaine and other kinds of substances. So the cartel CGNG, in terms of revenge, said this is not the agreement that we had. Return the confiscated shipment. The government said, or the officials, underneath the water said, if you want it, $4 million. So the cartel got really mad and they started shooting all over the place, man. And they put 3 names of 3 ministerial police officers. One of them sadly passed away. The other one is in protection custody, 19 shots. Only one of them got into his abdominal area. And last night, 2 ministerial police officers passed away during a shooting again. This is an article written by Said Betanzo Zarzola, a good friend of mine, a journalist, really good friend of mine, Said Betanzo Zarzola. This is his website, and this was in Ensenada. It's another municipal city close to our city of Tijuana. It is around an hour and 40 minutes away from here. It is the Port of Ensenada. The Port of Ensenada has jumped into top 10 cities of the world that they're more violent and delinquent. So just for you guys to know, Tijuana is the number 1. Apparently, they put Celaya on number 1, but last week was Tijuana on number 1. And then you got Ensenada on the top 10. You got 5 cities of Mexico on the top 5 for violence and delinquents. And I'm just throwing it out there just for people to catch it. You don't see no Mexican caravans leaving the place. You see a lot of asylum seeking and a lot of refugee seeking from Mexicans to the United States due to cartel and justified cases. But you don't see no big caravans coming, if you know what I mean. And Ensenada is on the top 10 of violence and delinquents. And it says right here, 2 agents from the AEI, that is the Investigative State of Agency, they were attacked and gunned down yesterday in Ensenada. This is another municipal city that is close to the port. Sadly, the 2 of them passed away. And, this is continuing in our port. A lot of, cargo comes in through the Port of Ensenada. That is another, place where they are fighting for the plaza. So this happened last night. And it is just, I don't know. I don't have no words, man. As a Tijuana citizen, I have gone through certain years where it gets really bad. 2006, the end of 2006, with 2007, 8, it was really bad, really, really bad. 2006, 2007, and I wanted to do a video for you guys to know how bad it was back in 2006 and 7. And I will do that video later on this afternoon if you guys want to watch how the cartel activity was back in 2006 and 2007. It was horrible, horrific. This is an insecurity factor for the migrant people that they live in this migrant camp. It's getting more insecure every day. It's getting more insecure every day, and it's getting horrible every day. And you got the leftist media in the United States of America, saying that there's no violence and there's no delinquents. A lot of people call me a right wing. I'm not no right wing. I'm a Zapatista for sure. I will tell you that. That is no right wing, no left wing. I'm for my people, really, for what it is, and for the Mexican people, and for the indigenous and the poor. But this is not about right wing and left wing. This is about a specific group of people that is now the left, that is saying that nothing is going on the other side of the border. That is an embarrassment to say that. If you walk to the streets of Tijuana, and if you ask every Tijuana citizen, hey, they say that nothing is going on over here, that we are okay. I want to hear their answer. Just for all these people that they're trying to brainwash, people in the United States of America. So this is what happened last night. And of course, I wanted to talk to you about these stats that they're happening right now with the CBP. The stats that they are happening right now with the CBP. Of course, this has another topic. That is a program that it was created in Mexico that is called Sembrando Vida, that is Farming Life. That is a program. Farming Life, Sembrando Vida. It is a program that Andrés Manuel López Obrador created. In this program, Sembrando Vida, it is for the migrants to have a visa. And it is specifically for them. Sembrando Vida was put on the table by our communist wannabe dictator president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, put on the table to the American government, and the American government said, no, we don't want Sembrando Vida. We are more concentrated on climate change. Now the new thing, remember what I told you. I've been telling you guys this. I've been telling you, the United Nations is the global regime of the world. Globalist compact of the immigration, globalist compact of the education, pushed by the Pope, and globalist compact of the environment. Now Joe Biden is not about, he pushes the immigration, everything is together, everything comes together. They try to make you think like everything is a global problem. Every single thing that we are mentioning, comes together. Climate change, it is, like AOC thinks, it is a capitalist crisis, an imperialistic crisis, a white supremacist crisis. It is this, all of it comes together. And now let me just read you the statistics and stats about CBP that they released. It is for you to understand why the United States, it is not accepting Sembrando Vida, that is a program that it was López Obrador. And this was, statistics released on April 8th by the United States Customs and Protection and Border Protection. Look at this. The numbers, man, they are incredible. The numbers that they have been occurring in 2021. And let us jump in right here to the numbers right here of unaccompanied minors. Let us right here to enforcement numbers. I will read you the numbers so you guys can understand how aggravated this situation is and how the CBP, the Customs and Border Patrol, are screaming for help, and nobody is acknowledging this humongous problem. In March of 2021, CBP encountered that 172,000 people attempting to entry along the southwest border. This total represented a 71% increase in February of 2021. Imagine this. This fiscal year, CBP has already had over 569,800 encounters. This represents an increase of 24% from the total encounters we had during a fiscal year of 2020, when they say was limited by COVID-19, an increase of over 34% approximately in the time frame of the fiscal year of 2029. Look at that, man. Look at that. And it is really important to know the graphics about this major influx of migrants. Says the majority of the encounters on the southwest border remains single adults. Men. Now, let us go right here. And it says in March 2021, CBP expelled 103,900 individuals under Title 42, 28% of whom were individuals who had been previously expelled from the United States of America. This means that a lot of this comes with the word that I've been telling you guys, that is, they're trying to eliminate the word illegal. Why? Because purposely they're trying to eliminate that word illegal, so the crime that is illegal entry will be eliminated. So they will not be, Title 42 would completely be eliminated because it's not an illegal person entering the country. So illegal entry, that crime will be eliminated, and illegal re-entry ultimately also will be eliminated. So you won't be deporting all that percentage that they just mentioned. It has a point. Now look at these numbers of unaccompanied minors, man. CBP continues to see a significant increase of unaccompanied children from Central America at the southwest border. 18,990 in March of 2021, at 100% increase over February. Amazing. Large groups. Look at this. These groups of 100 or more individuals had dropped dramatically due to the pandemic from 216 in fiscal year 2019 to 10 in fiscal year 2020. As of the end of March, CBP recorded 49 large group encounters in fiscal year 2021, totaling over 4,700 individuals. Drug seizures. But there's no crisis, people. Officers, CBP officers, Border Patrol agents, and air and marine operations, okay? Not CBP only officers, people. Air and marine operations continue to interdict the flow of illicit narcotics across the border. Nationwide drug seizures were down by 14% on March 2021. Cocaine interceptions increased 26%. Seizures of methamphetamine increased 91%. Seizures of heroin went up 22%. And seizures of fentanyl decreased by 28%. Now, this is something really important for all of you guys. Effects of COVID-19 on CBP personnel. Nobody is thinking, how is this influx of migrants? It's affecting your personnel and the people that are protecting the border. Like on our side, the National Guard and the Institute National of Immigration. But on the other side, the Border Patrol. Look at this. The safety of our workforce or communities and individuals in our care is a top priority. CBP personnel put themselves and their families at risk with every encounter at the border. Since the start of the pandemic, more than 8,300 CBP employees have tested positive for COVID-19, and 28 have passed away. Wow. Wow. These are all, possibly they're not all encounters at the border, but the majority of these people work at the border. And you have 8,300 CBP officers that they tested positive for COVID, and 28 of them passed away. Unbelievable. Nobody's talking about these numbers. Nobody's talking about these numbers. And ultimately, this is the 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 plan that Mexico had for the United States of America that is called Sembrando Vida. If it would have been a catastrophe if Joe Biden would have accepted this plan. You guys have seen what has happened to Mexico. Mexico's doing horrible right now in terms to economy. We are horrible right now. We got -1 of economical increase. We got -8 on our gross domestic product on GDP. Our more than, I don't know how many 250,000 jobs had lost. And I'm going low. Now, more than 85,000 deaths in the first 2 years of this man. And he wants to put a program to bring more people. It's okay to help. I always said it. It's okay to help. But first, your country has to be okay to help. How are you going to bring more poverty into a country that is poor? Gas prices are to the roof. And it is the level of poverty, it is continuing. And your justification is because of the past governments. And he has a program that is called Sembrando Vida. Here it is. And it says right here, Washington, 21 of April. The United States declines the program Sembrando Vida to California. The United States is not interested on the proposal of the Mexican president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, to vinculate an extension of Sembrando Vida in Central America, where this plan is to offer visas of work to Central Americans in the United States of America. This guy is offering visas in our country of Mexico to people in Central America. It's okay. I don't got no problem with that. If they're coming in legally, documented it with a purpose, no problem with that. But he wants to do exactly the same system, the same globalist system in the United States of America, which for the United States, for God's sake, I don't know what the hell happened to Joe Biden, but thank you for that. Denying this program to the United States of America, because it will be a total collapse, a complete collapse right now of security. If the United States would have accepted this plan, oh my God, the masses of influx that it will come to our country of Mexico. So they denied this plan of Sembrando Vida. They denied this plan. Now, I wanted to talk to you about something. I wanted to talk to you about a few things that I believe that they are extremely important. And let me just get an image right here. An image sent. I wanted to talk to you about this incident right here. Now, jumping into this topic that I believe as a 40-year-old at my age, I believe that it needs to be addressed. This topic right here. Ohio police shooting. Incident that resulted in teen's death could happen anywhere, neighbors say. Now, you know how things are heated right now. For everybody that is watching, thank you so much. You can go to the app, Buy Me a Coffee. It's much easier if people want to contribute to my work. Buy Me a Coffee is pinned right there. Thank you so much. God bless. Ohio police shooting. Incident that resulted in teen's death could happen anywhere, neighbors say. And thank you so much for following and Buy Me the Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee. You can follow me there. I will be posting pictures, and videos, little videos over there for you guys to have fun. This article was written by Greg Norman, and it says neighbors who live near a home in Columbus, Ohio, where a 16-year-old girl was fatally shot by a police officer Tuesday afternoon, told Fox News that the incident makes them feel very uncomfortable. Micaiah Bryant, 16 years old, has been identified by her family as the person who was killed in East Columbus after someone called the police. Body camera footage released by police showed the teen attacking two other people with what appeared to be a knife before a responding officer fired multiple shots. She later was pronounced dead at a local hospital. It makes you feel angry, uncomfortable, and it gives you angst. It gives you anxiety. Ira Graham III, who lived several houses down there where the shooting unfolded, told Fox News. So this catastrophe that is occurring right now in the United States of America, it is exacerbated. And also, it is the United States of America is going through a division that is created by this. One, some police officers need more training. We already know that. Two, these radical leftist movements, Marxist movements, are made to divide. It is a Marxist strategy. They are made to divide. Karl Marx has said it. If you want to conquer, divide, create chaos, create confrontation. This comes to an example of a person that basically, is a complete embarrassment right now to the basketball community. I believe that he's a complete embarrassment right now, not only to the basketball community, but to the world right now. This is an embarrassment, what he said. And he immediately took it down. Immediately he took it down. And I'm talking about the one and only LeBron James, that he deletes a tweet about Ma'Khia Bryant. And this was the tweet. It says, "You're next," with a time bottle. And it says hashtag accountability. Now, I want to tell you guys something. This is a man that has a multi-million endorsement from Nike. This is a man that has a multi-million contract with the Los Angeles Lakers organization. This is a man that has lived out of capitalist America like every man or woman in the world wishes to have that dream and that talent that is called basketball in our hands for people that love basketball. This is a man that God gave him this talent, to provide an entertainment to the world and ultimately to provide a better life for his family and children. This is a man that with that power, he can lead an example to society and kids, to his own community, to his own black community. This is a man that it can lead, the basketball community because he has the power in himself to call himself a king. This is a man that it can do so much with his power of voice that he can change young men into become better individuals in society and stop gang violence and stop violence in the streets and stop the shootings and stop the massive, abuse of Black American women. This is a man that it can put an example as a family member and put an example as a good father for those Black American fathers or those fathers that they're brown, Mexican American or white American or what Asian American, whatever you want to call it, to become a responsible father and to be a responsible father at home and to love your family and to love your wife, or to not even, if you're not even with your wife, to be responsible with your son or your daughter. This is a man that it can have that power, that he can have that power. He has all of that in his hands. But you know what this man does? Immediately after a trial finishes, where after this trial, you found a Derek Chauvin guilty on 3 counts. After you found this trial guilty, justice has been served for the murder of George Floyd. And it is not over yet because the sentence has not been given, but justice has been served. After that, instead of sending a message to the public to say it's time for unity, If there's a problem with racism, let's stop it by uniting whites, uniting blacks, uniting browns, uniting Asians, all of us. It's not a problem with the color of his skin. Martin Luther King said it. It is the content of the individual and the character of the person. This man has so much power in his hands. He can be a massive leader. He can be the leader of the black community. He can be the leader of the African American community. He can be the next leader like Muhammad Ali once was, to unite people with Africa, with the United States of America, to respect the people, black Americans, African Americans, to give them an opportunity, a voice. This could be that man. But guess what this man does? Instead of being that man, instead of being that example, instead of being that responsible man to society, to community, and that power of voice, this man chooses to tweet the image of the police officer of this horrible incident and to imply hatred to the law enforcement community and say, hashtag your next, hashtag accountability. With that message, what do you think you're sending, LeBron? What do you think you're saying to the people? Go and riot. Go and loot. Go and do horrible things to a police officer right now. Go and instigate. Go and hurt. Go and put all your anger out. That is your example. As we grew up, you grew up in a bad neighborhood. I might understand, LeBron. I grew up in a really bad neighborhood. Us, I'm not comparing to you because you're a superstar. I'm just a Mexican guy, man. Us, that we grew up in bad neighborhoods, our traumas, we don't let them on other people. Your traumatization that you have suffered through your youth, growing up and seeing all these atrocities and bad things that happen to you, they're not for you to release your anger to other people, for other people to release their angers too. No, you got it bad, my friend. All that experience that you have had of all those bad things that happened to people like you, to people like me when we were growing up, the injustice of the system, the politicians, the injustice of the police to us, that we haven't done sometimes nothing wrong, and they oppress and they overpower us. All that strength, you can use it to educate the new youth. And you can use it to educate these new youngsters, to tell them, no, this is the way you have to address the situation. Go back to school. Don't use your gun. Don't distribute. Don't get into the drug business. Don't do this. Don't do that. Our life's experiences are meant to be learning experiences so we can teach children, so we can teach our youth to not commit the same mistakes. But what you're doing right here, instead of being that example that you have the damn power, bro. Holy cow, you got the damn power to do so. You send a hatred message to the whole world in telling your next accountability. Wow. Unbelievable. This people, it is your leaders of your United States of America. This is how they think. Hatred. Getting back. Revenge. No. The greatest example of not returning back with revenge, it is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It is the greatest example. He was tortured, spit on, tortured with a leash so many times, put in a cross, tortured in a cross, and he returned with a message of love. and to return with a message of life. He did not say accountability. He never said accountability to all the Jewish community or the Jewish people that put them there or the people that they were there putting him in the cross. He never said nothing about that. He's the example of no revenge and no grudge. And you are an embarrassment right now to all the young kids for tweeting this, to instigating this, to motivating riots and lootings to happen. You are an embarrassment right now to the Laker administration and to the basketball association. And not only that, you're an embarrassment to the sports of the world, man, of doing and tweeting this, man. You have so much power to change, LeBron, and you choose to instigate hate and to instigate your hatred for people to use your words as an accountability to hurt, not as an accountability to change. My God, man. These young kids, there's a maturity phase with men changes his life. And when that maturity hits you in the face, you start thinking, my God, I need to do something about it because I don't want nobody to do exactly what I did or what I try to do. So I need to teach. I need to say something. I need to get my voice out to say to people, stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this. If something horrible happened to you, LeBron, you need to teach that for people to not feel the same way that you feel. And instead of spreading hate, you should spread knowledge, love, and understanding on how people need to change. God's sake, horrible. Horrible people. This is horrible, man. How's everybody doing? Last topic right here to give it to you guys. And it is a topic that has to do with climate change. And this is because of the globalist agreements that has been happening. Now, I am going to put somebody on right here on your screen that a lot of people don't like. And this is a globalist person right here, the Pope. Whether I'm a Catholic or not, this is the Pope. And the Pope right here says, and this was an article released on September of 2020. But just to give you an idea of how the globalist compact of the environment, which is now named the Paris deal, how is so much influence. And I will read this article to you guys to know how it has influenced right now John Kerry, how his voice is being carried out to a lot of places. Thank you so much for people that they have been donating and contributing with Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the chat. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Thank you. So right here, this article says, Pope Francis on Tuesday urged nations to fight global warming. Look at this. But he took, I don't know how many months to talk about COVID and how it affected Italy, right? But when it comes to global warming, he urges people like this. And it says to fight global warming to the 2015 Paris Climate Accord, waiting on an issue that figures in the U.S. presidential race. This was because at that particular time, Donald Trump was running, and Donald Trump said, I am not getting involved in this globalist environmental, agreement. So guess what happens now? Not only countries are getting involved, like Mexico now is in the Paris deal, Canada's in the Paris deal, the United States ultimately now is in the Paris deal. So you got the most strongest three countries in the continent of America that they are in the Paris deal. Canada, Mexico, and the United States. So now the John Kerry, voice, it is so important right now that the United Nations released this statement, and also is the the International Sea Organization. And it says the International Sea Organization of the United Nations adopts a strategy to fight the climate change. So this has to do a lot with what China has been implementing in the minds of the world. That this has the mindset of decreasing hydrocarbons and carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide to eliminate in the future gasoline cars, and it will be only electrical cars. This is why China is extracting lithium from their imperialistic power from countries like in Central America, like Bolivia. They're now in Mexico and Sonora with Chinese investors, and watch out with Nevada, because they were visiting Nevada and they were going to extract lithium, as I told you so. So now you have this international organization, which they're saying that they are going to adopt to the Paris deal. So all the international containers that they're coming from foreign countries, now they're going to adapt to the Paris deal. This has to do a lot, people. Oh my God. It's going to change the whole industry. It's going to change how many containers you can bring, how much you're going to contaminate, how much personnel. Like I told you, they're going to control the industry with globalist compacts. If you have a globalist compact like the environment, they will tell you immediately, you know what? As you have this globalist compact of the environment, you cannot work that many hours because you're contaminating too much. So this is the enough personnel that you're going to have. This is enough hours that you're going to work, and this is how much you can bring. It's the control of the economy, absolute control of the economy. And ultimately, it has to go with the World Health Organization guidelines that if you want to work, people need to be vaccinated, people need to be according to, to the rules of the CDC guidelines in the United States, and all this kind of stuff. It is absolute control. Absolute control. Amazing. Read about it. Fact check me if you want. Read about it. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. Good morning to everybody. Thank you for joining on this live feed on YouTube. Buy me a coffee is on top of the chat for people that want to contribute. Thank you so much. I will be doing another live feed. Video just came in from our borders in Tapachula with Guatemala, where, as I released a video in the past month, the leader of the people of Haiti, that he is located in Ciudad de Mexico, he released a statement saying the government of Mexico needs to release 11,000 people from Haiti that they're located in Tapachula. That is, it is an enormous quantity. And they just released me some video of how the COMAR, the Commission of International of Refugees, how it is hosting right now this situation. It is a total catastrophe outside. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of waiting. So if you guys want to watch this video, I will do it later on this afternoon, talking about the effects of the globalist compact of immigration and the effects also of the globalist compact of the environment. So I want to thank people that bought me a coffee. Ms. Cheryl Nosi, Gabriel Maldonado, Brenda Han, and some other people, a lot of people. I will thank every single one of you. I will send you a message right now. Thank you so much. Thank you. And this has been something that is continuing to happen in our borders. Meanwhile, we are in this globalist agreement, and the United Nations controls the immigration now, because not the countries are controlling immigration. Just to everybody tell you, the authority of immigration now, it is the United Nations. That is for everybody to know. The authority of immigration in every border is the United Nations. That's it. Nobody else. And it is sad to say that, but it is what it is. And now they have this catastrophe in the border of Tapachula with Guatemala, which we have been there 3 times. And we have seen how the organizations, the NGOs, have a complete disaster over there. Got people with hunger. You got people struggling. You got people, going through some certain horrible situations, and this does not get fixed. So we will show you that video also, and we will talk about it later, and possibly later I will be live from another place. I will be doing this live feed in Spanish. In a few moments, I will be taking a 5-minute break and then coming back in Spanish. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining this live feed. Thank you so much for contributing to our work. There's our PayPal, and there's Buy Me a Coffee on the top. Thank you so much. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him right now. He's live in Minneapolis. He's doing incredible live feed with Will Johnson. Follow him over there. You can follow him in his platforms, all his platforms. And also you can follow me at YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me at Facebook as Oscar L. Blue, and also in Instagram, and also in Rumble, and now in Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.
Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best. Sacrifice for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.